Thessalonians. I'm in Nebraska today, and I'm on the edge of a cornfield, and I want to talk to you today about America's weird fascination with corn. This is a map showing where they grow corn in America, and you actually can go from western Nebraska all the way to Kentucky, and it is cornfield after cornfield after cornfield after cornfield. It is mind-blowing, the area in the United States that's currently producing corn. Even the state that I live in, Washington State, is #1 in the nation for sweet corn production, which is the corn that they put in cans to eat, and that for corn on the cob. But we do tons of other stuff with corn. We also have these little numbers, which are ethanol plants making fuel for our automobiles. Every state has at least one of these things, and several states like Iowa and Illinois and Nebraska seemingly has them everywhere. It's really rather silly making fuel for automobiles out of corn, because it takes more energy to produce it than they're getting out of it. It's a net loss. We also make corn plastic, which is biodegradable. You can get corn coffee cups, you can get corn golf tees, and of course, shopping bags. I think one of the biggest problems I have with our fascination with corn is it used to be small farms with their own individual silos producing the corn that we needed and storing it and selling it when the price was right. And it isn't that way anymore. Now it is all the huge conglomerates controlling all of it. And this is more of what it looks like today. Huge piles of corn outdoors. These silos are no longer used and are being converted into housing. You are beginning to see a lot of these old silos converted into homes and offices. We haven't even scratched the surface on all the stuff that's made out of corn, like corn syrup, which is in everything, and animal feeds. I spend so much time driving in the Midwest, passing through endless field after field after field of this stuff. I think about what on earth we could ever do with that much corn. It simply is amazing. You can literally go hundreds of miles passing through cornfields. It is unbelievable. We even have a palace in Mitchell, South Dakota, that is built entirely out of corn and corn products. It truly is a sight to see. It is unbelievable. I spend an awful lot of time thinking about cornfields this time of year, because the cornfields have been planted and the corn is coming up, and this is the time of year that I generally run back and forth across the Midwest. And this stuff is coming to mind now as I consider myself sort of the American wandering ponderer, except I do more pondering than wandering. I guess a person needs to remember that none of the corn plant or any of it goes to waste, because what we don't eat or what they don't make into fuel, like the stalks, is baled and they build houses out of them, or they are fed to cows as silage. In another month, the roadside corn stands will go up, and corn will be sold literally on every back road and exit and wide spot in the road across America. It is unbelievable the number of corn stands there are across America. People selling corn everywhere. And of course, we have corn crack. According to Gabriel Avalon, this is the most addictive substance on the planet. Another ritual we have coming up in a few months in the fall is corn mazes, which spring up all across America, and you can go and pay a fee and get lost in the middle of a cornfield. Well, I have shared my thoughts on the American corn industry, and I am on my way home back to Washington for some much needed time off. So with all due apologies to the real wandering ponderer, whom I respect very much, I will say goodbye and stay safe, everyone. And I promise I will bring more of these videos of the things that I think about as I'm driving along. And until then, goodbye, everyone.